future will rise. Every surf, every spike, hear the crowd ignite. Together we shine, together we fight. Stronger, faster, higher we go. Feel the passion, let it show. With every jump, the sky we claim. Next gen heroes, remember the name. Rise, ignite, shine brighter than the lights. Jump, unite, every heart is taking flight. Shakey Super League, dream, big believe. Shakey Super League, we will achieve. Power in the play, better every day. Breaking all the limits down, next gen we crown. Energy surge and the moment is ours. Chasing the glory, we're reaching the stars. One team, one voice, the victory song. Shakey Super League, we all belong. Stronger, faster, higher we go. Feel the passion, let it show. With every step we chase the flame. Next gen legends, we stake our claim. Rise, ignite, shine brighter than the lights. Jump, unite, every heart is taking flight. Shakey Super League, dream, big believe. Shakey Super League, we will achieve. Power in the play, better every day. Breaking all the limits down, next gen we crown. We crown. Clap to the beat, feel the roar. Stronger together we'll soar. Push through the pain, rise from the fall. Super League spirit will give it all. Rise, ignite, shine brighter than the lights. Jump, unite, every heart is taking flight. Shakey Super League, dream, big believe. Shakey Super League, we will achieve. Power in the play, better every day. Breaking all the limits down, next game then we crown. We crown.
This quick set powered by Smart, the Power All 109. And welcome back to the third day of Shakey Super League Juniors National Invitationals as we check out what you guys are looking forward to today. Match number one, perfect set three makers against St. John's Institute, followed by Pusang Azul going up against Juan Lasa later on in the second half. University of Santa Tomas against Pacific Volleyball Academy. And to cap us off, Arellano University High School. For perfect set dream makers is our last game for today. SSL fans, in case you missed it, we have two divisions for this year's Shakey Super League National Invitationals. Rising Stars, Elite Talent, Global Stage. The juniors division will be until July 18, followed by the collegiate division that will start on July 19 to July 26. So buy your tickets at smtickets.com now and see you at the games. We hope you guys are seeing each other here at the games, and of course, we want to get in on the action. If you're at home, you can catch the Shakey Super League National Invitationals live and free on pusop.com. Join the community now. You can also watch on Shakey Super League Facebook page, on TV, at Solar Sports, and at Shakey's restaurants nationwide. And that was Quick Set powered by Smart Power All 109. It's a beautiful day for our rising stars here in the Playtime Fill Oil Arena. But time is ticking as we are at day 3 of 7 here in the Shaky Super League Juniors National Invitationals. You guys are so excited to catch us if we start us off with our first match of the day. That's perfect set three makers against St. John's Institute. Two teams at opposite ends of the spectrum for our tournament. It's a short tournament, so I hope you guys have been watching throughout the start. Yanni Mai is here along with Richie Cordero. Now, Richie, we've seen all of the teams, we've seen what they can do, but it's now down to business because they need to rack up the wins.
Exactly. Every game is critical here, and today will be a test of character for both of our teams. It will definitely be a challenge, but the girls from Perfect Set Remakers have their heart set on giving it their all while SJI continues to push for their flawless record to continue.
Now, to give everyone context, because we've been saying that it's David and Goliath math today, let's head on over to see where our favorite teams are at. Shorter format means every point counts, Richie.
Exactly. So for our two teams, Juan Lasal and Arellano High School, University High School rather, have two wins and one loss each, while University of Santo Tomas and St. John's Institute have flawless records here. So two wins and no losses, all with 4 points. It's a very short tournament, only one round of round robin, and then diretso na tayo sa knockout semifinals. So it really requires consistency, mastery of skill, and maturity the longer they stay here for the run in the Shakey's National Invitationals.
Now that we are going to witness 4 matches today, these are the 4 teams that who will shake up our team standings. But let's head on over to our first team of the day. Of course, in our first match, that's Perfect Set Dream Makers against St. John's Institute. Perfect Set Dream Makers. They have lost against University of Santo Tomas in their last game. What do you think about that, and how do you think you're going to bounce back in this tournament?
Even though they did fall short in straight sets, 15 to 25 and 18 to 25, they still really had a good game. So they had 11 spikes, 4 service aces. So pumantay din sila sa stats ng UST. So, UST is a very formidable team, and they really do look up to them, interviewing, of course, their CEO from a while ago. They say it's really great exposure, and that's the kind of thinking that they have, that motivation, that they're learning every step of the way, and this is really the perfect stage for them to continue to grow as players.
Now, this California-based squad is wanting to show their prowess, but of course, their team captain is at the helm. My goodness. Of course, Nismon Manalad, she has been showing the spark for this California-based squad, Richie.
Exactly. Manalad really led her team in her previous game yesterday. They had 2 games, and both games really performed well. She had 6 points, 6 attack points on their first game, and against University of Santo Tomas in their second game, she had another 6 points, 4 coming from attacks and 2 aces. And those attacks actually from their previous games were points that really mattered, because it was points that struck when you needed it, when you needed to break the momentum that UST was making in their second game.
Team high of 6 points, Nismod Manalad, our player in focus. It's presented by Pusopia.com. Join now for free. As we mentioned a while ago, 2 different narratives for these 2 different squads. One with a 2-game win streak. Let's head on over to SJI and talk about what happened in their previous matches. SJI really showing their strength in this juniors ranks, Richie.
SJI is really known to be a very dominating team when it comes to their powerful attackers. But yesterday, we really saw the showcase of all of their players really giving it their all and actually contributing. And even if we had one player that shined, Carousels, everyone was helping out. We had a number from Feral also, and different players. We had 27 amazing attack points coming from them, really limiting the performance of their other team, Pusong Azul, from their previous game. And we had 11 strong service aces coming from them. So that is something that we are looking for to be continued here in today's game.
And we're so excited to si Kyra Celis as well. But as you mentioned a while ago, there are so many people to choose from in SJI. Let's zoom in into Kyra Celis. She has a double performance. This girl is such a powerhouse for the SJI unit, and it's just been showing us that she can already reach the next level of play.
She has become one of the most unstoppable players that whenever she is set up by her setters, more often than not, it really does find its way to the floor and turn into a point. Versus Juan Lasal, she had 13 points, 11 of them coming from attacks and two service aces, while versus specific versus Pusong Azul rather, she had 16 points, 12 coming from attacks and two service aces.
Kyra Celis, of course, we get to witness her here, but she's also going to go into the Alas Pilipinas still, as she was chosen to be part of the newest lineup. And that's what's great about being here in the Shakey's Juniors League. We get to see all of the players before they even step into the international ranks. So a team with a combined of 2 win streak behind them, and another team hungry for their first win. We're going to see who will come out on top, but stay right here as we bring you first serve in just a bit.
Number 13, Sophie Pamplona. Number 14, Athena Magbanwa. Number 15, Martina Ferrer.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible, because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
With every step we chase the
Introducing our officials for this match. First, referee Lawrence Unida. Second, referee Jay Deriquito. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Playtime Philoil Center in San Juan. This is the Shakey Super League 2026 National Invitationals. This is match number 10 of the preliminary round between the Perfect Set Dream Makers and their challengers across the court, St. John's Institute.
Maybe it's on, no matter what you cop, you smoke till it's gone. Walking on the beach with the 7 between your feet. All the wine girls sing to the beat. Hey, what it do, boo? You smoke good? Yeah, me too. Living in paradise all through the night. And even in the day, smoke till I can't see.
And now, let us meet the starters. First, for the Perfect Set Dream Makers. Beginning with their team captain, outside hitter number 8, Niceman Manala. Another outside hitter number 3, Victoria Anderson. Middle blocker number 5, Naomi Barbosa. Setter number 9, Nina Villawookin. Another middle blocker number 11, Caitlin Callahan. Opposite hitter number 21, Maya Barrera. Starting libero is number 1, Hannah Reyes. And the head coach of Perfect Set, Henry Valiente Jr. And prepare to meet the starters for St. John's Institute. Beginning with their team captain, outside hitter number 23, Keira Celis. Another outside hitter number 2, Cristel Mirasol. Opposite hitter number 7, Cara Feril. Middle blocker number 14, Athena Magbanwa. Setter number 16, Luis Geraldizo. Another middle blocker number 20, Karil Escultura. Starting libero is number 18, Sam Young. And the head coach of St. John's Institute, Coach Ralph Joren Savellano. This is the Shakey Super League 2026
Shakey Super League Juniors National Invitationals as we start us off with our starting lineup. Villawookin, Barbosa, Callahan, Anderson, Manala, Barrera, Reyes for Perfect Set Dream Makers. And we head on over to St. John's Institute. Geraldizo, Escultura, Magbanwa, Celis, Mirasol, Feril, and De Young for Coach Ralph and Coach Henry. Again, the two teams that have different narratives as we start off day 3 of 7 days of action, juniors action. Yanni Mayo here along with Richie Cordero, and this is the time for Perfect Set Dream Makers to really show what they're capable of. Of course, a team coming from California, whereas St. John's Institute wants to stay dominant and on top of our team standings. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. St. John's Institute has it. Cross-court attack, and Kayla Celis really introduces herself to us.
Just as expected, Kyria Celis is someone to really open a game up with a lot of power, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. In their previous game yesterday, it was such a strong start from all of their players, so today is a really good matchup.
Geraldino. 1-0 and up by perfect set. They send it over. Free ball here for St. John's Institute. They're able to make away as perfect set will have it. Oh, little help from the net there for the girls in white.
Barrera with an opposite attack and also aiming cross court with a little help coming from the net. Let's see that once again it was a really wide set and she was still able to adjust and get that ball over.
Callahan with that service. And up a tip. The blockers were there. Ball is still in play. St. John's Institute will answer back here. Down the line, a chase by perfect set Dreammakers. Play slows down. A push and the perfect set Dreammakers has this opportunity as St. John's Institute will choose to try to stop this really long rally. They choose the left side for St. Perfect set finally gets the second point here.
Team captain Manalad, of course, also our player in focus for perfect set Dreammakers is a girl you can count on when you want to break momentum, and that's exactly what she's doing.
Callahan will continue this service. Whoa, quick set and attack, and they were able to make away.
Escultura, exactly. Another girl who had a really great game yesterday, this time with a higher quick attack, just enough to get it over the blocker's hands.
Anderson with that hustle though, but of course St. John's Institute will bring us to a 2-point deadlock. Celis. Oh, that's too strong.
First service error of the game. So, of course, in the first set, we're also expecting a little bit of adjustments. So, we'll see how that will play out.
Perfect set with this 1-point lead. Barrera. Oh, a chase. A bump there. They were able to make away. And up here as perfect set sends it over, but that is too strong as well. 3 points for both of our squads. Been neck and neck early on here in the first game of the day. Escultura will put this ball in play. And a service ace, the first one.
Such great celebration coming from the girls in blue. That's Escultura for the service game.
The serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. She'll continue to serve here, hoping for another service ace, and she does it.
Back-to-back service aces for Escultura. A while ago, we saw her attacking, and this time, kinakargahan niya naman yung service niya. So it's good that she's contributing in the front side of the court and also the service line.
5-3. St. John's Institute with that save. An up attack from the back for Celis. That one goes out once again. Team captain Nismud Manalad on deck as they try to tie this ball game.
Lower set there for St. John's Academy. Institute, rather.
Oh, right over the double block.
First point for Mirasol, and Mirasol is not a new name here in the juniors division. She has been one of the most dominant attackers, and we were kind of missing her in her previous game. She only scored 1 point, so we're yet to see more of her in today's game.
Perfect set. Scored attack.
Victoria
Perfect
Anderson.
placement here for Anderson. Also her first point in today's game. It wasn't the strongest and the sharpest of
Right.
attacks, but it was also difficult to read whether it was going in or out.
Service area.
Good
Naomi
placement there for
Barbosa.
Anderson. So they're trying to catch up to this 1 point deficit. Left side attack down the line, a chase by Perfect Set, and St. John say that they will not have a deadlock right now.
2 points already coming from Mirasol on the open side of the court, and both of them were actually just drops and placement shots.
To serve, Lisette Mirasol.
7-5 Mirasol for this service. Perfect Set will go to Anderson. St. John's on the other side. Oh, slower attack there for Anderson. Trying to vary it up here and confuse St. John's. Almost a point for St. John's. But Perfect Set stays on top. They have a chance with this sequence. Good coverage here by St. John's. Free ball for the girls in white. Anderson with an up, but that goes straight to the net.
That was our longest rally so far. It was very unfortunate that it ended with an error, but also breaking the momentum that, of course, Perfect Set Dreammakers was making.
Of course, we'll head on over to this technical timeout. We'll be back with more action, 8-5.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
St. John's Institute with this 3-point lead as Mirasol will continue to serve after this technical timeout. Against Perfect Set Dreammakers in our first game of the day, but that one sails outside. Anderson this time will still have to find the confidence and the consistency in this match.
Exactly. I think she was targeting the same placement from her previous point.
9-5. Mirasol doing great here at the service. And as I say it, she'll get another service ace.
You're lucky. You're the lucky charm. That's already their third service ace and a third point also for Mirasol. So already a better game for her, and it's only the first part of our first set.
10-5 now. A chase here by Perfect Set and another one. Mirasol is on fire, and at this point, St. John's Institute wants to keep her in that service line. But because of this heat check, we'll go on over to this timeout. It's 11-5 here, courtesy of Perfect Set, and let's listen in.
Because that's exactly what we want you guys to do, right? As the ball goes over, we're serving. We're just passing a 20-foot ball in the air in area 7 or area 3. That's it. It's not perfect, just height and location. It starts with that pass, then we can go with our offense. You got the small blocker there, so make sure you hit that high line. Okay, here we go.
Coach Henry Valiente is emphasizing, well, of course, they do have a taller lineup. Well, that huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now. Perfect Set Dreammakers average 168 centimeters, whereas St. John's Institute 165 cm. Perfect Set wants to capitalize on their height compared to St. John's Institute. We have 4 service aces. Mirasol. But that one ends that streak, and Perfect Set will get another point here and end the drought.
And that's exactly what Coach Henry was actually advising his girls, to know where to place the balls and to get that first ball delivered to their setter first so that they can produce those plays that will be effective for them. And I guess it turned out very well. that they broke the momentum St. John's was making.
11-6. St. John's on top, and they'll bring that up to 12 here. Magbanwa, and what we mentioned also in the pregame is St. John's Institute has such a deep lineup that you can't even predict who they can send it to, and all of them are ready to score, not just Celis. They can still send it to Celis, but they have other people that they can rely on.
Exactly. A lot of the players here are being activated, and I guess that's also coming from the trust of the setter to her attackers, really giving them all the confidence to make points individually. Fifth service ace there for St. John's Institute from Magbanua this time.
Oh, I love to see that the service aces are piling up here, but I also want to commend the hustle of Perfect Set. They're really trying to create the floor defense that they're one of the goals that they have here actually in the tournament is to learn from the floor defense of Philippine teams. And
Actually, I think it's more of their service reception they would have to adjust in today's game because of the heavy serves that St. John's Institute is creating. But a while ago, yung pumapalo yung St. John's, nasasalo nila, natataas nila. It's really just the finish that they have to adjust more on.
Reyes sends that over. St. John's attack from the back, off speed hit. Good save there by Anderson. St. John's will choose Celis from the left side, cross court hit, and when Celis wills it, she will stop a rally.
Exactly, and especially if she's in the front line, maaasahan mo talaga tong batang to. And you've seen her potential and you've seen her grow these past few years, and she's really remained consistently growing into such an amazing player.
Magbana will continue to serve, and you see Celis on your screens, of course, an MVP as well in their previous tournament outings. Anderson with a hesitation, but she goes up for it, and that will pay off for her.
Anderson, a while ago, we saw her attacking from the open side of the court, and this time from the opposite side. So it's really nice that she really adjusts to whichever position she's given to or whichever role.
She'll serve now for Perfect Set. 7-14 is our score. Quick up. And the power through that the double block for Escultura.
Already on her 4th point in today's match. So we really see everyone's points are well distributed when it comes to St. John's Institute. And it really shows how well-oiled of a machine they already are, given that they have so many years of experience together and training as well.
8-point lead here. SJI on top, but Perfect Set answers back, and they're not. Oh, that will go to St. John's Institute.
I think there was a net touch violation called.
Let's check it out in a closer angle.
Oh, she touched the black part of the net.
And because of that, we head on over to our second technical timeout, 16-7.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
Gerald Dizzo goes back on the service, and nakita natin ang perfect set ngayon. Substitutions on their way. Liao inside. And we'll see if ito yung magiging spark plug ng perfect set Dream Makers. Kailangan nila ito. They are trying to chase the 16-7 score right now. Gerald Dizzo. Reyes with that up. And they found an opening in the backside of St. John's Institute.
You know, I think what's working so far for Perfect Set Dream Makers is really targeting those deep ends of the court, mapa cross court man yan, or really at the backside.
correcting myself, that was Abellanosa is the libero of perfect set, but that service goes right to the net, and we see Reyes now coming in. 17-8 is our score. Celeste team captain to put this ball in play. Oh, that one sails out again, Celis.
That's already her second service error. So already on the second rotation as well.
First, we see the dominance of St. John's Institute. Pero sa'yo, Richie, ano nakikita mong ginagawang ng perfect set makers na they have to maintain or they have to improve?
You know, I think coming from the two games they had yesterday, they had more time to rest and adjust. When I spoke to their CEO a while ago, there was really a factor of being tired and jet lag. So this is a good opportunity for them because they got the feel of the court. They saw how the players played. So when they recollected themselves, now they're more confident inside the court, and that's what we're seeing here right now. Actually, we're seeing more floor movement, more defense coming from them, and more intention as well. Exactly with that kind of placement. Seeing that she had blockers in front of her, Barbosa really just planted that ball right in front. One hand set also.
By Liao, I was just going to comment on that. The timing is perfect for that sequence. 18-10 is our score. St. John's Institute with that combination play, but that ball is still up. Perfect set with the floor defense a while ago. They'll try again with Anderson. Powers through that double block. St. John's Institute, mukhang may miscommunication, mistiming at their part.
You know, I think the free balls or the saves that perfect set dream makers made, medyo nagulat din dito ang St. John's Institute. That's why they weren't able to establish their positions as quick as they wished for.
Manalad ngayon para sa service. 7 points, but they give another point to St. John's Institute now with how St. John is playing right now. Perfect set. They need to avoid all of the errors, avoid all of the points that they're giving away, especially as we enter itong latter part na ng set na to.
Exactly. You do not want to give complacency and confidence to St. John's. And as much as possible, if you're trying to build momentum, you want to keep it. But this point will be awarded to St. John's Institute after that attack error from Anderson.
20-11. Let's head on over to this timeout and listen in.
Once again, right? Find that corner. If you are hitting a ball on the pins, what kind of defense are they running? A rotation defense. You got that middle of the court. You got to kill by going over and in the middle. Area 6 is open all the time. Got it? Here we go. Come on.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109 load now. And Richie, what I love about Coach Henry Valiente's huddles is he's so precise and exact with instruction. Because, you know, sometimes at this level, coaches give more confidence, more emotional support. But with Coach Henry, he's really telling the players kung
The
saan sila
strategy.
nagkukulang. Yeah, exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
You know, I think Coach Henry, he's the type of coach who really is very observant with how his opponents are playing. That's why it's also different kasi when you're playing inside the court and when you're watching it from an outsider's point of view, you really get to see what you can adjust. And exactly, that's the kind of execution you want coming from a timeout, that it's very fast and reliable.
Barbosa to thank for that one. And what I've observed after the timeouts where we are able to listen into Coach Henry, the players are able to absorb instruction right away. So we want to see them continuously apply the instructions throughout the entire sequence as we check out perfect set right now. Anderson again down the line, and that is good.
Same instruction actually that Coach Henry was telling the girls. He was instructing them to find those deep and far corners of the court.
That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by the newest Smart Power All 109 load now. And that's what we mentioned, that Coach Henry is so exact that the players now just have to absorb and apply.
Exactly. And you have to commend the Perfect Set Dreammakers as well. They've only been together for a few months. They were invited by Doc Ian this April, so they had really short time. They had a really short time to really bond together as a team, and their connection right now is incredible, especially after that point at long rally ended by Anderson once again.
With the hustle, but of course the rest of the squad of Perfect Set role playing and making this run possible for them.
Exactly. You know what I like about Perfect Set Dreammakers is that even if lamang na yung kalaban nila, they don't give up and they still remain to be very positive and determined. So, parang hindi nila nakikita yung score. Wala silang pressure maglaro. And another point! Back to back to back for Anderson. That's already her 5th point. Of course, our Phil Am here playing in the Philippines, looking for that exposure, and this is really just the perfect stage for her to get the kind of experiences that you can get from, of course, strong teams and different systems all around the world.
Magbanwa now on deck for Coach Ralph, 15 to 20 as Perfect Set is on a run. They'll try with this left side attack. The Dreammakers go back to Anderson. Anderson is hot and the energy is different now in this part of the set. Of course, we love to see Anderson sparking here for Perfect Set Dreammakers, and because of that, Coach Ralph will rally his troops, will try to give different instructions. It's 20 is their score for St. John's Institute, and let's listen in.
Papatapin mo yung blocker, i-eye mo. No, i-eye mo. O sige, reset tayo. Focus tayo sa next play. Babawi tayo ng isa, ha? Let's go.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109 load now. And on the other hand, si Coach Ralph naman, more of we have to reset. We have to go back to our play. Kasi they've been doing well naman throughout this first set.
Exactly. You know, what I liked about Coach Ralph is he's so calm and collected na kahit Perfect Set Dreammakers have been performing well and medyo nakakahabol na, he still has confidence in his girls that makakabawi kayo. Just take it one step at a time. Maybe he's just trying to break momentum, and as I say it, a service error coming from Perfect Set Dreammakers.
Manalad has been doing well a while ago in the service line, of course, allowing the team to get this run, but SJI says it's their
Tama
time.
na.
Oh, it's their time not to shine. So Mirasol, 21 to 16.
Which means also Caracelis is in the front line. But another service ace for Mirasol. That's already her 3rd, I think.
Seems like more than
4th.
fourth, I think.
Fourth. 4 out of the 6 service aces coming from Mirasol on the service line.
And they love to have her there in that service line, especially as they try to close out this first set. Chase there. Anderson will give a chance. Ball to SJI. And that finds an opening for St. John's Institute Magbanwa.
You have to give credit also to that set. Look at that perfect set. Nalito din yung blocker sa timing nila. That was Anderson trying to block Magbanwa.
Mirasol now, again. Anderson tries to answer back. That powers through the wall. Attack from the pipe. They slow it down with Anderson. But that will not cross over. And the St. John's Institute sent us to set point with Mirasol still at the service line.
Yung kanina sabi ni Coach Henry, dun sa dulo kasi maliit yung blocker. The blockers are smaller on the other side, but Gerald Diza was able to time that properly.
Set point 24 to 16. A chase by Perfect Set Dreammakers. A bump. St. John's Institute with this combination play. A good up there by Perfect Set. Anderson tips it over. We'll see what St. John's. Oh, they tried to answer back. What a pancake save though by Perfect Set. Cross court attack from the middle, and Magbanwa Ang ganda ng pinakita ni Magbanwa dito sa latter part of this set, really closing it out as we check out that last sequence once again.
What beautiful timing and just perfect volleyball to seal this set off.
25 to 16 is our score, and we'll be back with set to action.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
To 16 as we close out that first set, the perfect set Dreammakers against St. John's Institute. Now in this first set we saw sparks, we also saw moments that needed improvement for both of our squads. Richie, St. John's Institute has been dominant, but we also mentioned that perfect set Dreammakers has also the runs that they need.
You know, it was definitely a better showing for perfect set Dreammakers. Nakahabol pa nga sila come the latter parts of the set, but St. John's Institute just really had that long momentum in the middle that really gave them that comfortable lead. But still, it was such a good matchup with the spikers, especially the basket of points coming from Anderson for perfect set Dreammakers. And of course, we had Mirasol's service aces that really set things apart for both teams. 16 to 25 was our score for the first set. Now for our set statistics, we have 12 attack points coming from perfect set Dreammakers. So lamang pa sila dito ng tatlo kontra sa St. John's Institute. 1 block for St. John's Institute and 6 service aces for SJI. So that's really what happened in the first set, and we'll see more of course, Anderson in the second set.
Perfect set also giving 9 points from their errors in that last set. They have to minimize that. Anderson Celis is the matchup for today as we see Barbosa going out to Reyes, doing great in the floor defense side of perfect set Dreammakers. But as we mentioned of a while ago, we haven't seen Manalad in perfect set. Anderson has been hot. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken in Mojo's now. Set to action is underway. Best of 3 tayo ngayon. Meaning, if St. John's Institute gets this set, they get this win. So it's crucial there. And it seems like they really want to get that in. What elevation! What power by Celis!
Just the perfect kind of combination play you would want to start out a second set. She also started her first set, actually. So, you know, I think in the latter parts of the first set, medyo nababantayan na rin si Kyra Celes sa depensa at sa block. So this time around, she's really making those adjustments na hindi na siya mababantayan. And here we are again with another easy point from the block. That is Escaltura of St. John's Institute.
Well, Anderson with the first ball over receive, and St. John's Institute on their feet to anticipate that.
You know, I think St. John's Institute for the second set, they're really trying to capitalize on those strong serves to limit the plays that perfect set Dreammakers were making, especially nung humahabol sila ng second set. Exactly. Right on cue.
And they want to maximize Celis and the front line, while as Anderson, one of the tallest players
Is in the back row.
Yes, of perfect set is in the back row right now. So this is, well, SJI knows this is the time for them to really create a run. It's 3-0. Coach Henry Valiente looking on to his troops on the court as that one sails out and will stop that run. Gerald Dizo has been a beast at the service line, aside from Mirasol.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to give those free points now to perfect set Dreammakers. Now that you know they're capable of catching up and having those long momentums also. Good effort there for Young of SJI, but point will be awarded to perfect set Dreammakers. Score is now 2-3.
Callahan will go back on the service line. Of course, perfect set Dreammakers traveling all the way here from California. Most of them are Phil-Am players, and one of the goals of their program is for their players to gain experience, international experience, and get recruited as well in different ranks. But Celis showing us the bucket and the bag of talents here. She can give strong hits, but she can also adjust mid-air to avoid that double block.
That's what you want. You want that quick decision making. Na-block ako. And pag sinet ulit sa akin, I'm gonna make a way to actually make a point. And it doesn't matter if it's a strong serve or if it's a placement shot or if it's a service ace coming from Kyra Celis. Her 5th point in today's game. Perfect placement. Let's look at that jump serve. Also, such a sharp serve.
Also, she puts up the ball into her shoulder before she puts up the serve with one hand. Medyo aura.
Exactly. You know, when you have a really strong serve, exactly, another service ace, may routine na yan eh, that you have to do it before you serve or else hindi papasok. Minsan may ganong mentality.
Wow, 8 service aces for St. John's Institute. Well, this is the reason why they've been so dominant, especially in set number 1. And perfect set here has to be diligent and reactive as they receive those serves. We'll see.
Exactly. I think they had 11 service aces in their previous game. Tapos ngayon, kakastart lang ng second set. They already have 8.
Good block for perfect set. A chase there. They'll send it over. St. John's Institute. They go to the left. Down the line. And up. Perfect set makes away, but another free ball for St. John's Institute, and they maximize that opportunity.
Escaltura with a quick attack just to end things up. Let's see that play once again. Perfect reception there from our libero Young. Very textbook volleyball. Every time you deliver that first ball to your setter perfectly.
5-point lead. Acelis will stay hot in this service line. Over receive! And look at that. Oh, but our first referee says there is a net touch. And a sigh of relief in the perfect set side. Let's check it out in this closer angle. Oh, there it is.
Kitang-kita pag slow motion.
Pero nakakatawa, sabi niya pa wala. Sabi niya wala. Pero pa...
Oh, Anderson from the back.
No, good quick set and attack, but a block there. Perfect set, was able to anticipate it. St. John's Institute will give them a free ball as Anderson with this up. Reverse set, but that is too low.
I think too low and too wide also na medyo mahirap na mag-adjust if you're a spiker trying to go for a run 4.
It's 8-3 on our score as we head on over to the first technical time out of set number 2.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
You have this 5-point lead. Manala is looking onto her opponents. Team captain trying to figure out what they need to do. to stop this momentum on the St. John's side. Escultura with the serve, and technical timeout does not ice her out.
That is their 9th service ace for today's match. And Escaltura has been performing such excellent volleyball. She had 4 points in the first set and already 3 in the second set.
And you mentioned this in the pregame. It is so hard to find a player to highlight for St. John's Institute because all of them contribute in different parts of the board. Look at that single block, though. And that's what I'm saying. Magbanwa attacking and also getting a point from that single block. Good timing for her.
Exactly. And it will really challenge your opponent if each and every single one of your players, especially for St. John's Institute, is really contributing their all. And another service ace for St. John's Institute.
Escultura maximizing her time there at parang hindi sila napapagod pag nagsaserve sila eh.
And you know, in volleyball, most coaches will tell you you have to start with a strong serve because as much as possible, you want to limit any kind of strong return coming from your opponent.
Manalad with that attack. On to the left. And up there. Pipe attack. Anderson with that first ball a while ago. They'll try with Manalad again. It's blocked. Anderson up and over on two.
Wow. 1-2 play there for perfect set Dreammakers. That is Liao. And you know, she's actually our second setter for perfect set Dreammakers. But every time that she is put in as a substitution, even in their previous games, she has this kind of impact na ang bilis niya mag-perform even coming off from the bench.
Good block there by perfect set. But on the other side, though, they were able to thread the needle for St. John's Institute. Found a way between that gap of that double block.
Exactly. You have to love Mirasol because she is not the tallest of players. You can see that she's one of the shortest ones in St. John's Institute, but her elevation and her approach, it's so aggressive na matatakot ka kahit ito yung height mo, di ba? Because the power is there, but a service error for St. John's Institute.
So Mirasol is actually one of the smallest players in St. John's Institute, standing at 160 cm. But grabe yung mga smaller players sometimes have the higher vertical.
Yeah, they have the highest leaps. It's crazy.
12-5 over on two. Oh, they take a page. That one worked a while ago, but St. John's Institute able to anticipate that. Liao goes to Anderson, soft touch. They'll try to answer back. And that goes to a perfect set for another point on the board.
Substitution St. John's Institute, number 2 out, number 17, Aileen Yanson in.
So Yanson, Aileen Yanson, actually one of the taller players of St. John's Institute, is now on the floor.
She also had a couple minutes in their previous games and another impact player that really performed well yesterday.
Oh, a chase. But Yanson attacks that right to the net. But it's good that as she went in, binibigyan na siya kaagad ng opportunity.
Exactly. And, you know, it will be up to Geraldizo on giving that confidence back because, of course, coming from the bench, you're cold. You still need to do a little bit of adjustment. So, if I were her, like, I would ask for a set again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think they're gonna go back to her.
Exactly.
Oh, there it is.
We predicted it. First point of today's match for Yanson on the open side of the court, cross-court attack. But it hit the blocker's hands, which made it more difficult for the defenders of Perfect Set Dreammakers to read.
So Yanson is here to play this ball 13-7 in the second set. Too strong though for Yanson. But there's actually a very comfortable lead here for St. John's Institute as perfect set may be feeling some sort of pressure. This is the last set, if ever, if St. John's Institute gets it, because we are doing a best of 3 for this phase, and that one will go outside. And again, the errors that they're trying to avoid.
You know, as much as possible, you really do not want to give free points to your opponents, especially now that you know that they're capable of having those long runs.
Magbanwa. 14-8. A good effort by perfect set. The chase though, hindi sila nakapag-reset in time. And after the touch of the ball, hindi nila na-anticipate saan napupunta yung bola.
Exactly. I think kanina kasi nadedepensahan na rin yung mga palo nitong St. John's Institute girls. So they're really trying to make way and find those spots na mahihirapan itong perfect set Dreammakers.
Oh, adjustment there by Anderson.
The set was a bit wide.
But Celis answers back with a cross-court attack. It's 16-8 on our score. Of course, St. John's Institute with the confidence as they are on top. But perfect set here. Wanting to extend this match, we'll head on over to our second technical timeout.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
16-8 as we finish our second technical timeout. Look at the options for St. John's Institute. I'm sure Coach Ralph is proud to see his youngsters really shining in this game and shining throughout the entire tournament. But that service error will give a point to perfect set Dreammakers. 16-9 with SJI on top.
Anderson in the back row.
Good up. And good set.
You want to hear that kind of snap when Carousels actually attacks the ball, and you know that will happen when she has that kind of approach.
That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109. Load now. Gerald Dizo. 17-9. First ball by Anderson. Anticipated by St. John's Institute. They'll try again in the other side and is able to catch the line.
Not the strongest of attacks, but a perfect one for placement, rather for Baron.
Baron showing her prowess at the end of as we approach the end of this set. But that's gotta give her some confidence now that she was able to attack as well and get a point. 7-point lead. Callahan to serve.
Service ace. That's a first for perfect set Dreammakers, and we want more of those for these girls.
Good placement for Callahan.
You know, as a middle blocker, you know, services can be kind of a struggle point for most middle blockers, but for Callahan, she is pretty consistent on that service deck.
And that one sails out. No touch for the perfect set side. And as you mentioned, Callahan is still here on our service line. And they're slowly inching towards St. John's Institute.
It's a repeat of the first set. Makakahabol ba dito ang perfect set Dreammakers?
Oh, a shank. That goes outside. And St. John's Institute, kapag nakaamoy na sila ng run, medyo gumigising sila eh.
And Kyra Celis now on deck to serve. So both Anderson and Celis at the back row, but still 3 spikers in front for St. John's Institute.
18-12. Oh, wow. Perfect set, stuck in the mud. Looking at that ball sailed inside.
Perfect set.
And look at that placement, just finding that open hole for perfect set. And that is the cue for Coach Henry to call this timeout.
So right now, as soon as they contacting, our arms are not even out. Toss goes up, arms out, find angle, dig to area 7, run your offense. Okay, one pass here.
Coach Henry asking the girls to reset, get one pass here, and that will eventually lead to a run that they're hoping for. That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now, 19-12 is our score. SJI looking at taking this home here in the second set, but PSD hoping to extend this one, and if they do, they want to find their first win of this tournament. Celis will continue to serve. What a serve!
Another service ace for Kyra Celis. You know, she only had 2 points in the first set, pero grabe yung grabe yung composure niya to really adjust what she needed to adjust in the second set, because she's already had 10 points in the second set, and this time she will take a rest.
23 out, number 5, Lexi
Chu will go inside to serve this one. 20-12 as SJI is on top.
St. John's Institute.
St. John's Institute still hasn't experienced a 3-setter actually. They've won in 2 sets.
That's an ace from Lexi
And look at the screens of
Exactly. It doesn't matter who's serving for St. John's Institute. I guess everybody is a strong server. This time, Chu just comes in and immediate impact for her team. A service ace, and her first point, just a celebration, is beautiful.
21-12 as we head on over to this timeout.
Right, middle of the court, run your offense, same thing. If you got it, you got the area 7 jump. Okay? If you want it here, call 3 ball, hit left to right. Here we go.
The huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now. But look at Baron giving her teammates the energy and the confidence that they need. It is still not over. Volleyball can have a turning point at any point of the match, but SJI, so much confidence, so much composure in this game. Over on 2. It was red here, as well as that block by Perfect Set. St. John's will try again. Combination play. Oh, and the chase there. Anderson was able to save it, but the ball goes out. It's 22-12 now in our score.
Yanson with her second point in today's game. Actually, kanina sa open siya pumalo, and this time it was a combination play that ended things off for St. John's Institute.
Adriana Escultura is now playing. But that serve catches the net. Service error.
Substitution.
So even though we already have 11 service aces for St. John's Institute, they also have 7 service errors. So that's 7 free points for Perfect Set Dreammakers too.
Gingab Samantha
Serving for Perfect
will
Set.
serve. Hopefully, she's the spark plug and the magic bunot na kailangan ni Coach Henry dito sa laro na to. Reverse set. And again, that wasn't the most, grabe yung celebration. That wasn't the most powerful attacks. But it was really well placed for St. John's Institute.
Exactly, and that's really how volleyball is. Diba? Bilog ang bola. It doesn't matter if it's the most fancy kind of attack, if it's a cut shot, if it's the kind of attack that will really hammer down. But as long as it touches the floor, that's a point.
23-13, and another error will give Perfect Set a point here. Rondez is on the court as well. Coach Ralph giving exposure to the lineup of St. John's Institute as team captain Nismud Manalad will serve. Push. Just above the double block. Escultura gives us match point for St. John's Institute.
Match point.
And yung nakakatawa is when they celebrate, it's like they can't believe that they scored the point.
The match, Adriana Escultura.
10.
Match point already for St. John's Institute.
Escultura wanting to close this one out, but that one sails right into the net. We have a couple of service errors coming from St. John's Institute at the latter part of this set. And this will be a breath, a sigh of relief as PSD tries to save match point. Barbosa. Chase there. They send it over. Anderson. Oh, that goes outside, and that will give St. John's Institute their third win of this tournament here in the third day of Shakey's Juniors National League action.
Let's give it up for the participants.
St. John's Institute continues to show their dominance here in the Playtime Phil Oil Arena. Well, perfect set. Dreammaker could go back to the drawing board and try to see what they can improve in the short amount of time, because later on we're going to see them again against Arellano University. That is the last game of this day, but St. John's Institute will rest and will go home knowing that they've been showing the great system that they have. Tips of Coach Ralph here for the girls in blue. We'll be back for the MVP of the match.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible, because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
2026 Shakey Super League National Invitationals. 25-16, 25-15 is our score, with the St. John's Institute back on top. This MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. And we are excited to bring in, of course, one of the contributors of the St. John's Institute. Pero lahat sila actually may mga good moments. But we want to highlight, of course, Karin Escultura here, MVP of the match. Hello! We are, ayan. I know you guys are feeling good and you are in this 3-game winning streak naman. Kapag lumalapit naman yung perfect set, anong nararamdaman nyo? Anong sinasabi ni coach sa inyo?
It feels good to play against other teams from other country po, and syempre taga-ibang bansa po sila, nag-a-adjust po kami kasi iba po yung sistema nila. So, parang we're grateful po na nakalaban namin sila na taga-ibang bansa.
Tama naman, Eds. And grabe yung pinapakita nyo sa tournament na ito. Sino ba yung gusto mong pasalamatan? Yung mga shoutouts mo, you can do it right now.
Shout out po sa family ko here. They're watching here. And my sister in Dubai. Shout out po sa school namin for their unending support. And for my friend Hasli Malyari, shout out po sa iyo.
Ganda ng special shoutout na yan. Thank you so much, Eds. And of course, we're excited to see you more and the rest of the St. John's Institute. Let's check out our Smart Powered Up plays brought to you by Smart's Power All 109. Power up your next side quest and get only TikTok or Facebook calls and text 10 gig for all apps and more. Switch and load now. Of course, we've been saying that there are so many good spots to see for St. John's Institute. The Perfect Set Dream Makers have also created their own runs. St. John's Institute giving errors as well to Perfect Set Dream Makers. In the first set, what did you see, Richie? And in set 2 as well, that really brought St. John's Institute on top.
You know, of course, we have those wonderful service aces coming from Kyra Celis and, of course, also her attacks. But it was really such a basket of points coming from all of the players of St. John's Institute. But, of course, we also had Perfect Set Dreammakers who had a good run in the second set also. Nababantayan na rin nila yung mga palo ng St. John's but really just prevailed high. Etong SJI 15-25 was our final score for set number 2.
And SJI will continue to dominate and stay on top, of course, as we check out the match summary here. Richie, what numbers stand out to you? Look at the aces, though, of St. John's Institute.
Exactly. I think it's attacks and the aces that we are looking at here. We have 23 attack points and 13 service aces contra 14 attacks of Perfect Set Dreammakers and only 1 service ace for Perfect Set Dreammakers as well. So, dun talaga tayo umangat and nakalaban to really pull away from the score and get that comfortable lead.
But of course, the action does not stop there as we end our first match of the day. We look forward to the next one. Pusong Azul against Juan Lasal. Keep it here in the 2026 Shakey's Juniors National Invitationals. We'll be back with more action.
This is puso sa puso sa Pilipinas. 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 Report live, lapit mga kaibigan, see it with your eyes. Lahat ng mga paboritong get it anytime. Laro ng mga kampi nato, this is where they shine. Libo Pilipinas, tell them this is where they find. Powered by the fans, driven by the puso. Buong Pilipinas dito nakatuto. Simple, reliable, labot bawat sulok. Powered by the fans, driven by the puso. Bibit ang Mandila, pambatang Pilipinas. Not a world see us, tara sa Pilipinas. Bagong bayani, tubo, luhat, pawis. Puso inalay, lumaban sa Paris. Puso talagang walang kapares. Gotta be smart, stating the obvious. Simply reliable, I'm just being honest. Puso Pilipinas right out of your pocket. This is puso.
Number 13, Aubrey Tai. Number 15, Lauren Tugane. Number 16, Jenica.
We're back here at the Playtime Phil Oil Arena to witness our second game of the day, day 3 of 2026 Shakey Super League Juniors National Invitationals. We saw Juan Lasal a while ago. They're going up against Pusong Azul as we enter our second matchup of the day. Now, these two teams familiar with one another, but we want to see who will come out on top and who will prove that their grassroots program and the collection of players that they have is gelling more in this matchup. This is just our second here for this day 3 in the Shakey Super League National Invitationals as we recap our team standings. Yanni Mayo here and Richie Cordero to tell us what went down as well as a while ago.
So we still have the same 4 teams on top here. We have St. John's Institute who actually went up to the first ranking with now 3 wins and still undefeated, no losses with 6 points. Arellano University High School and Lasal pantay pa rin, which will change later on. But they have 2 wins and 1 loss each. And University of Santo Tomas also undefeated with 4 points and 2 wins. So again, it's a very short tournament of one round robin, and then we will go on to knock off semifinals to the finals already. So every game is very critical and crucial for each team.
Exactly, and every set counts as well. So if a team is able to push to a third set, that will count in their points. But of course, we want to check out what happened to Pusong Azul. This team has already 3 games under their belt, but they have lost to St. John's Institute, who we saw a while ago. 20 to 25, 17 to 25 is the score. Richie, what do you think happened with Pusong Azul, and what can they take going into this match?
You know, yesterday's match, it was very intense. It was a very high intensity match. It was very close, but St. John's Institute really just powered through with attacks that really challenged the defensive team of Pusong Azul. They had 11 attack points while St. John's Institute had 27. Pero lumamang naman dito sila sa blockings. They had 4 and St. John's only had 1. But the service aces really of St. John's, they had 11 against Pusong Azul. It really, of course, limited their place and their production of attack points because they couldn't get that first ball to their center.
Pusong Azul right now on your screens. Well, their first match actually extended to 3 sets against Pacific Volleyball Academy, and that is counted in the point system now. Every set counts now, and Jenica Sadia is someone to look forward to. Now, although Pusong Azul still wants to get their first win of this tournament, this girl is someone to look forward to, and she has been that spark of Pusong Azul.
You know, we have to commend Sadia in her previous games. She had 10 points against Arellano University High School with 10 attack points and 7 points versus St. John's Institute, 6 attack points and 1 block. So she was actually the spark plug that Pusong Azul needed, especially when they needed to break the momentum that St. John's Institute was building every time they would pull away with their service aces or their continuous attack points.
But in the other side of the fence, as we zoom into Juan Lasal, their opponents for this match, 2-1. They are in the standings. They actually defeated PVA in their previous matches, 25-14 and 25-15. A good showing for Juan Lasal. They want to keep that winning streak alive against Pusong Azul. And what do they need to bring into this match to do so?
So their previous match against Pacific Volleyball Academy was actually more dominant. So they had 22 attack points, and that's all because of the orchestration coming from their setter, that Limpot. She was also named our player of the game in their previous game. And they had 3 block points, and 8 service aces compared to none of Pacific Volleyball Academy. So it was really a display of mastery in skill of the basics that they needed. So it was very textbook volleyball that One LaSalle created in their previous game.
And of course, One LaSalle has had the players that they can rely on, one of which is Aslin Alemania. Sorry about that. That's the last match against Pacific Volleyball Academy. Our Player in Focus is presented by PusoP.com. Join now for free. Check that out. 10 points from 10 attacks. Alemania has been going strong for One LaSalle.
You know, Alemania really performed elite talent in yesterday's game. She was very consistent, very limited errors as well. She was one to look for when they needed to get that point or the momentum back for her squad. So she really has been leading with her performance, and it's affecting her team because it also gives confidence to the whole team when she does so.
She's coming from De La Salle, Santiago, Zobel, and of course, this One LaSalle squad is a culmination of different LaSalle system teams that they've brought in all of the top elite varsity players. Pusong Azul is coming from the grassroots homegrown ranks of their school. But we want to head on over to our venue announcer because we're so excited to start this match off.
Step on the court, the fire's alive. Dreams in our hands, the future will rise. Every serve, every spike, hear the crowd.
Introducing our officials for this match. First, referee Aikel Tero. Second, referee Lawrence Unida. The action continues here at the Playtime Philoil Center in San Juan. This is the Shakey Super League 2026 National Invitationals. This is match number 11 of the preliminary round between Pusong Azul and their challengers across the court, One LaSalle. And now, let us meet the starters. First, for Pusong Azul. Beginning with their middle blocker, number 3, Brianna Mendoza. Another middle blocker, number 4, Isabella Espinosa. Outside hitter, number 10, Juliana Peregrino. Setter, number 12, Jane Olagir. Opposite hitter, number 13, Aubrey Tai. Another outside hitter, number 16, Jenica Sadia. Starting libero is their team captain, number 17, Jemisha Lexinti. And the head coach of Pusong Azul, Wata Makalangan. And now let's meet the starters for One LaSalle. Beginning with their team captain, outside hitter number 17, Kylie Celada. Middle blocker number 2, Maya Valdez. Number 3, Isha Nina Quemada. Opposite hitter number 9, Yayen Alemania. Outside hitter number 11, Ella Hayobo. Setter number 15, Sofia Limpot. Starting libero is number 19, Mika Mendoza. And the head coach of One LaSalle, Jeremiah Monreal. This is the Shakey Super League 2026 National Invitationals. Best of luck to both teams.
Second game of our 2026 Shakey's Juniors National Invitationals. Check it out, our starting lineup. Alaguir, Mendoza, Espinosa, Sadia, Peregrino, Tai, and D. For Pusong Azul, Juan Lasal, Limpot, Quemada, Valdez, Ayobo, Salada, Alemana, and Mendoza. The big guns for both of our squads. Starting us off for the second match of the day here in Playtime Phil Oil Arena. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Peregrino started us off as Pusong Azul has the ball, and that goes to the net. An error will give LaSalle the first point.
Early error here for Pusong Azul. 3 point now for LaSalle. Limpot on the service deck, which means she has 3 spikers in the front row.
Yanni Mayo here along with Richie Cordero. We gave you the action a while ago, and I hope you are still enjoying the coverage of Shakey's Juniors National Invitationals, because we love to see these girls shine, and what an opportunity to do so, because they will be the ones who will step onto the higher ranks later on as we check out Juan Lasal Hayobo with the second point for them.
Now, Hayobo is known to be a very dominant player when she is set up, and we actually missed a bit of her in the previous game, so it's nice that early on in today's game she's already giving it her all.
Limpoto, one of the MVPs of the match in their previous games. Oh, good serve, but a great first ball as well for Pusong Azul, and because of that, they will get their first point on the board.
At syempre, sasagot naman itong si Sadia, our player in focus. Of course, she is one to also be a threat to Juan Lasal in today's game, especially with the determination na gusto na talaga nilang bumawi and to get their first win.
Her last teammate, Olaguir, on the service line. And a good serve for her. And the good composure as we check out that serve of the game. The serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. 2-all is our score. Olaguir again. Juan Lasal blocked, saved. Oh, there was a over on 2 play, I think, that was supposed to happen. But there miscommunication over there for Espinosa and Pusong Azul side.
Yes, I think medyo nagulat din that the Pusong Azul side didn't know if it was going to be set up to her or if she was going to do a 1-2 play to give it back to Juan Lasal.
Right. Kasi yung pumunta sa kanya, Olaguir, the setter. Siyempre, usually they get the first ball, the second ball if you're the setter. So yun ating nasa mindset niya during that sequence, but we see the ball still alive with a crazy save for Juan Lasal. Combination play, Pusong Azul. Off-speed hit, Juan Lasal answers back on the other side and catches the line.
This time it was Celada, our team captain, to get her first point from the open side of the court.
Yobo back on deck as they lead by 2 points here.
Serve again, Ella Hayobo.
Pusong Azul looking to get their first win. Juan Lasal wants to extend their winning streak. Pusong Azul has the ball. And up, they push it over.
No one was there to cover for LaSalle. I believe that was Celada's ball, pero medyo nakaplanta na rin yung paa niya. That's why she was unable to cover for that block.
A good read there by Pusong Azul. 1-on-1 against Valdez. So they're just down by 1. Espinosa. 3 serving 4. Tried to catch the line there, but that goes out for her.
First service error of the game as well.
2-point lead for Juan Lasal. Valdez on the deck here. A chase there, underhand set. Attack from the pipe. Attack as well from the back row for Juan Lasal. Quick set. A push. As Juan Lasal will try to answer back. Pusong Azul has the ball. And we're not seeing a very strong attack. But placement yung nangyayari dito for Pusong Azul and Juan Lasal as the girls in green get another point.
I think the sets are also missed sets or they're a bit wide. That's why medyo naninigurado yung mga players natin when it comes to their attacks. And it was very effective here for Celada once again.
3-point lead. Juan Lasal on top as Valdez will put this in play. It sails out and that error will give Pusong Azul a point to close the gap to 2 points. Sadia, part of the Alas U16 team that went to Jordan. But as Pusong Azul has her as a spark plug, they're also expecting the other players to step up as well, giving more options for this girls in white. And up there, attack. One more time. Off speed hit. They varied it up this time. Juan Lasal with a reverse. Good coverage. They push it all the way to the back where nobody was there to guard.
Very smart decision making here coming from Pusong Azul, seeing that Juan Lasal's defensive system already pushed forward. They really knew where to place it, and those are the deep corners of the court.
All a gear to think for that one. As Jenica Sadia will continue to serve. Juan Lasal on combination play. Red!
Good floor defense from Lasal.
Pusong Azul has it this time. Reverse tip! They'll answer back on Lasal. They'll try on the other side for Pusong Azul. The girls in green one more time. Pusong Azul slows it down. Limpot just saved that one, and the ball is still in play as we enter one of those longer rallies. Chance ball here for Pusong Azul. Combination play! That catches the line.
Let's see that play once again. That set was a bit far, but pero yung elevation and really just a strategy of Peregrino for that attack to seal things off for that rally.
Sadia will continue to serve. Combination play against one blocker. It's denied. And the point will go to a double touch here.
Point goes to Pusong
Pusong Azul will get another point and they limit the lead to 1.
6-7. Still serving Jenica Sadia.
Sadia. Run, an approach. Over on 2, but that will go to Juan Lasal. Another double contact call. So we are at a deadlock at 7 here in the first set.
Quite a few errors we're seeing coming from attacks and double contact violations and service errors too. So again, it's the first set. There will still be a few mistakes, but this is something they would want to end completely right away, especially if you want to take that lead. And an easy ace there for Alemania.
Alemania bringing us to our first technical timeout as we check that service ace at a closer angle. A little help from the net there, and Sadia was not able to get that. We'll be back with more action.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Only and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Playtime Phil Oil Arena is where the action is at for the 2026 Shakey's Juniors National Invitationals. Yanni Mai here with Richie Cordero. We are at the first set of our second match. Pusong Azul, 1 Lasal. 1 point lead for the girls in green. What a crazy serve there, but reverse set for Pusong Azul. The try with this left side, the chase.
Ball will stay here with Juan Lasal. So again, they tried to break the momentum after that technical timeout, but Lasal is doing a good job right now with the strong services of Alemania.
Alemania will continue to serve with a 2 point lead. Over receive.
Oh! And actually a lucky shot for Pusong Azul.
Some hesitation on the side of Juan Lasal. They didn't anticipate that kind of receive. Alemania, Quemada was there rather to take the first ball. 8-9. Combination play and that checks out.
You wanna appreciate how calm and collected itong si Celada pag pumalo. It's like she explodes for a second and then she's okay because she knows she got a point. And I guess that's kind of the aura that she's giving as a player.
Speaking of Celada on your screens, but I also want to highlight Limpot is such a tall setter.
Exactly. Well, Lasal loves their tall setters. So they love developing actually opposite spikers to become setters or attacking setters rather. But another service ace for Celada. Already 4 points in today's game.
11-8 is our score. And again, just to refresh everyone, this is a best of 3 for this phase. Later on in the semifinals and the finals, we will go to the regular tournament format that you are familiar with. We'll do a best of 5. But that's why games are so fast-paced and quick to finish. And each set matters for these girls. That save though by Pusong Azul is something that I want to commend, pero hindi lang nakapunta sa kabilang side ng court yung bola.
And again, that was Hayobo for that attack.
12-8 and Pusong Azul will call this timeout. Let's listen to coach.
Forward ka ng konti, may over mo bola. Gusto nyo magtulong-tulungan kasi. Hindi kayo mananalo ng ganyan, ang iisa lang ang gagalaw. Takot na takot kayo manalo eh. Iba naman kayo. Kasi yung ginagalaw nyo.
That huddle was powered by Smart. The Power All 109 load now. 12-8 is our score, and Coach Wata really trying to wake his girls up in this match.
You know, Coach Wata is known to have a lot of emotion when it comes to the game, and I guess it's also because he has so much spirit in him as a coach, and he trusts and believes in his girls. So when the outcome is like this, that he knows they can do better. Of course, the words can sometimes have that impact on the girls. But a service ace, another service ace for Celada. That's her third one already.
Coach Wata as well is a dedicated grassroots strategist and focuses on development in this level for the girls. He actually has his own program that hosts clinics, camps, and tournaments. And that is where these girls, some of these girls have come from. So Coach Wata is not a stranger to waking up at this the juniors level of girls and trying to create a momentum and conversion at this point. So we'll see if Pusong Azul is able to get that parang motivation that they need and the run that they have to do here in the first set. 9-13 is our score. Juan Lasal has the ball. And the point will go to the girls in green. There's a net touch called on Pusong Azul. Quemada will go in the service line.
I like what you said about Coach Wata being a grassroots specialist because in this type of competition, when they're really trying to mold themselves as solid players for the collegiate level, this is their time to really be exposed to these kinds of experiences, to different kinds of systems, and with playing exposure, that's how they'll learn the best.
At yung gusto ko nakikita with, of course, this juniors ranks with Shakies is we get to see the different strategies of coaches on how they deal with these young players. You know, players, we just get to watch them now. That's a privilege and an honor that we have now.
Exactly.
But, you know, before, they have still tried to develop the players that we already idolize in the collegiate, in the professional ranks. We have this privilege to see the sneak peek of the
Exactly.
players before they really pop off and go on to the next level of play. So kapag meron kayong mga players na nagustuhan nyo, mga coaches na nagustuhan nyo, this is the point in time na it's perfect to get in volleyball, to show your kids how volleyball is played because this is foundational skills yung pinapakita nila sa atin.
Exactly. And in this kind of competition and this kind of tournament, nababantayan na rin sila ng mga college teams. Like as early as now, as early as the time they enter inside of those courts, may nakabantay na dyan, may nanunood na sa kanila when it comes to their skills and of course seeing the potential that each player can really show. And I guess that's the beauty in Shakey's is that everyone is given that kind of opportunity.
Over receive there. As we go back to the action on the court, it's 15-11. Limpot goes to the left side. And there is a touch as Juan Lasal will bring us to our second technical time out. What a showing and what streak that they're pinapakita nila sa atin. 16 is the score in our second technical timeout. We'll be back.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
We're back here in the Playtime Film Oil Arena. Peregrino goes out as Baltazar steps on the court. And I love actually the energy of their team captain, si Jamisha T, giving the confidence that Pusong Azul needs. While on the other side, Alemania is a force to be reckoned with, someone that we also highlighted in the pre-game. But Pusong Azul is not far off. 5 points yung kailangan nila habulin here in the first set. Underhand set by Limpot. Cross-court attack catches the line.
Third point there for Alemania on the open side this time. So it's so nice kasi you see her attacking from the opposite end of the court and now in the open side. So it's really wherever she is placed, she's able to vary and adjust to the role that she's given by the coach.
Grabe din yung naging development ng itong level or the age of these girls because they are able to watch volleyball online and social media.
Exactly. Kasi dati kailangan mo pang pumunta sa game, di ba? Kailangan mo manood ng live or else medyo mahirap.
Ito sobrang accessible na sa YouTube tayo. We're in pusopi.com. We have a lot of BTS in Puso Pilipinas on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. So we get to see these players at an early level. And di ba, ang ganda ng pride na kapag sinabi mo, naging fan ako ng player na yun, nung Shakey's pa lang siya.
Oo. And we've seen that happen already because personally, I've covered Nitura. I've covered so many people who are already playing in the collegiate levels who came from Shakey's. And again, Sadia with her 4th point in today's game. But then again, we've had these players for so long and they grow up to be such fantastic role models to the girls now.
Exactly.
Kasi ngayon sinasabi nila mga idol nila, the people who also played from Shakey's when they were girls.
Nitura, ambassador of Shakey's, and 13-17 is our score with one LaSalle on top. A push here. Good save by one LaSalle. And he gets it off of a checkpoint. Celada.
She didn't even jump as high for that ball, but she really just placed it to the blocker's hands. If you can see it, she targeted the blocker's hands so that it will just check out.
Mendoza, 6-footer. Brianna Mendoza at the receiving end of that check ball. Valdez, 18-13. One LaSalle. Quemada with this up. Celada again.
Not the strongest of hits once again, but very effective every time she set up for a ball. It looks like she knows how to really manipulate the ball and where to place it inside the court, seeing that medyo scrambled na rin ang the depensa for Pusong Azul.
Valdez back on deck, 19-13. Reverse set. Chase there by one LaSalle, and that is a good point by Audrey Tai.
Aubrey Tai now also an opposite hitter. So this time, kanina mas sinesatan ang open side of the court for Pusong Azul, but this time they're trying to vary their attacks and give chances to all of their players, which is actually being effective.
What a powerful attack there by Celada. And, you know, if it keeps working, they'll keep going to Celada as she's hot right now.
Exactly. You know, if it's working, don't fix it. And with Celada, she's giving such diverse kinds of attacks. Mapa-drop, mapa-check ball, mapa-off the block, mapa-palo talaga. You know na maaasahan mo siya every time you set her up.
But that serve goes out to Strong. For Alemania, it's a 15-20 now in our score.
Number 15 out, number 12, Sofia Inandan.
Sofia Inandan goes inside. And Vargas as well.
So it's a 4-2 substitution for one LaSalle. So that kind of substitution is subbing out a setter and an opposite, and subbing in a setter and an opposite, but in opposite positions. So setter will come in for opposite, so that you will always have three spikers in front.
Service ace. Of course, courtesy of
Tai.
Aubrey Tai. She got the last point for Pusong Azul, and the confidence is building up for her. 4-point lead is what they need to chase right now here in the first set. Approach, and that is a good cross-court hit. Celada was able to place it in an area na walang coverage for Pusong Azul.
And you actually see she went all the way outside of the court.
That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109 Load Now. It's nice to see the volleyball IQ of Celada really being utilized here. At nakikita talaga natin na she's able to be quick on her feet in her decision making. Brianna Mendoza now at the back row, one of the taller players of Pusong Azul. 17 serving 21. Reverse set, combination play, powers through the double block. On the other side, chase there by one LaSalle, they keep it alive. Attack! Coverage from the back row. Pusong Azul with this approach. One hand. They were able to push it to the other side as they block it. One LaSalle. Pusong Azul tried with an over on two. Olaguer could not bring that over.
Unfortunate error there, especially with all the effort that came in for that long rally.
22-17 is our score, and Pusong Azul will call this time out.
Habulin nyo. Sige, kaya pa yan.
huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109 load now. 22 to 17 as we see some substitutions going on for Juan Lasal. Simora goes in for Quemada. So she will serve in this sequence. Juan Lasal tasting set win, but Pusong Azul is not too far away. And we've seen in their first match that they're able to stretch this to 3 sets. They are capable of closing it out. But miscommunication on the side of Juan Lasal will give Pusong Azul another point for 18. So we have 4 days left in our tournament. And we are, I would say this is halfway already because we are already in the second day of this day. Kasi 7 days tayo. Okay, let's do the math. So we are looking for more aggressive play from these girls because every set counts, every set win. And of course, this is just best of 3 sets. So mabilis talaga yung mga pangyayari dito. But later on in the semifinals and finals, we'll go back to best of 5 with that ball going outside. Hayobo to think for Juan Lasal's 23rd point.
Let's see that play once again from the open side of the court, and a cut shot that lands straight to Sadia, trying to save that ball with one hand, but unfortunately sails out.
Oh, good connection there for Olivier and Espinosa in that sequence.
So Pusong Azul still alive here in this sequence, and with full confidence, Espinosa goes in for that quick attack straight to the blocker's hands.
Number 6 out, number 9.
Espinosa also getting 11 points against PVA with 6 kills, 4 kill blocks. So we want to see her activated more, especially that she's in the front row for Pusong Azul. It's 19 serving 23 with Olagir on deck. Juan Lasal to the left side.
Our linesman will call that in. It lands right on the line for Pusong Azul.
Since Pusong Azul is chasing Lasal, let's head on over to this timeout.
Okay? Sige. Three spikers ba tayo? Ate, ayos na ka. Okay, huwag mo lang paluin dito kasi nandito si Resty. Padaanin mo lang dito mamaya pag sinat sa'yo. Dito ha. Okay, pag maganda, bigay mo kay Maya. Pag ganun, diskada lang. Go.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109 load now.
Coach Maya just instructing his girls and reminding them that they have 3 spikers in front. So it's really good to make a chance for them to produce plays and combination plays to actually change things up kasi medyo nababantayan na rin sila ng Pusong Azul when it comes to defense.
And on the other side of the court, Olagir is actually a menace in the service line. I was gonna say, pero that catches the net to the relief of Juan Lasal. But it's just a 4-point deficit. Juan Lasal here with Hayobo has this opportunity to already close this set out. (24 to 20). Olagir goes to the left. And up here, Alemania from the back row. Back to the same side. Down the line this time. Goes through the 2 blockers. And they'll try once again with an off-speed hit. Olagir. Back to the same area. Juan Lasado trying to activate here in Pusong Azul. And Jenica Sadia, wow, how many opportunities did she get? Pero the patience was there for the Olagir Sadia connection. And yung maganda kay Sadia is nakikita natin na she's trying to really change it up, trying to make Juan Lasal guess. Kaya laging binabalik kay Sadia. It's 24 to 21 as Pusong Azul just save a set point.
And another set point saved by Pusong Azul. Now, this is what Pusong Azul is really trying to do to limit errors and as much as possible be aggressive from the net mismo because we know that Lasal will strike.
A late timeout here, 22 to 24. Let's listen in to Juan Lasal.
Diskarte lang ng matino. Porsentuhan. Ang laki nung tao ni ni Maya, di ba? Check mo naman tumigil ka lang. Wala po, play with the whistle palagi. May isang puntos, ganda ng pasok. Kailangan mo matutubi, kailangan nasa iyo yun. Ikaw yung isiset ikaw ang nagko-command Oh, kumagat Isang ipit lang, ibigay dito, patay. Go.
The huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109 load now. Coach Maya really wanting to close this out. They're just 1 point away from getting this set. Pero nakahabol pa yung Pusong Azul. He's talking to their setter, Limpot.
I think it's really decision making here for Limpot na doon na nga tayo sa porsyento. Isang magandang pasa, napapasa naman sa setter. So it's really just a decision making on the setter's part on who she thinks will close the set out. And it's Alemania. Again, the coach knows best.
Alemania closing out this set, giving that first set win to Juan Lasal. But what a showing as well for Pusong Azul as they were able to put on the pressure and limit the lead. That was our first set. We'll see more set to action in just a bit, 25 to 22.
They are now in the lead in this.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Only and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
We're back here in the Playtime Phil Oil Arena. We just closed out set number 1 of Pusong Azul against Lasal. Juan Lasal. Look at our set number 1 highlights if you want a recap from that. Juan Lasal was able to create a streak but Pusong Azul nakahabol din sila later on.
You know, it was a neck-to-neck battle between these two teams, especially with their attack points. Pero yun nga, yung nakalamang Lasal, pinilit naman habulin nitong Pusong Azul with their steady defense also and their attack points. Of course, we have Sadia to comment about that, but also we had Celada who had 9 points in that first set. Let's take a look at our statistics. We have 15 attack points from Juan Lasal while Pusong Azul had 9 and then 3 block points, which really challenged Lasal in varying their attack points.
Brianna Mendoza, actually, shout out to her as she has been forced in the front row. Sadia, you just saw on your screens, been showing her experience in the Alas Pilipinas ranks. But we head on over to Limpot here, who's been showing the variation of playmaking as the setter of Juan Lasal. She'll put this in play for the second set and she'll get a service ace.
That's her first point in today's game with a service ace.
This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. I also like the composure of Limpot. She seems like nothing can phase her. That is the aura
Very
that she's giving.
serious
Yeah.
and game face.
Game face siya. Underhand set, attack from the back. Limpot with a quick set. Pusong Azul scrambling, reverse here. Blocked. Good coverage by the girls in white. They try again in the other side. The red well too. In the middle with a dagger.
Great floor defense shown by Pusong Azul and an even better finish with that quick attack. Nakita mo, hinabol ng setter galing sa likod to give that quick attack. And as a setter, ang hirap nun gawin. Especially when your attacker is already in front.
She tried with Tai Tugade until she went to Sadia in that last sequence. Good choices there for Pusong Azul para mabigyan din ng touches yung ibang players. But Juan Lasal will get another point here. Hayobo is also someone that we low-key should look out for. If Celada's not there, Hayobo is another option.
Exactly. And that's what you want to see in a volleyball game. Nasagutan talaga sila pagkatating sa palo at pagkatating sa puntos. They don't want to give the momentum to the other team. And as much as possible, it's really full effort for these girls.
Oh, that goes into the donut hole for Juan Lasal. Bolivar.
And you'd want to see that even if Bolivar wasn't a starter, there's still that connection from setter to middle attacker.
May flow pa din yung Juan Lasal whenever they change the players. So, which is very good to see because Juan Lasal is a culmination of different
Yes.
Lasal systems.
Exactly, with different coaches as well. So they also had such a short time. I mean, I guess some players know each other, but them as a whole team, iba-iba yung pinanggalingan nila eh.
I think it's a really good initiative to give your top tier players a different experience, a different system, a different chemistry.
Yeah.
And these are the players that they're developing to go into the college ranks, UAAP and NCAA. So it's good now. We already have this inaugural Shakey's Juniors National Invitational for them to get this experience with top teams and teams from abroad. That enters the donut hole. Sadia getting a page from Juan Lasal.
Sadia already on her 7th point. And, you know, more often than not, she's just dropping and placing those balls right behind the blockers because she actually sees that the defensive line for Juan Lasal steps back every time she's trying to attack the ball.
Aubrey Tai at 2, serving 5.
Celada once again in the open side of the court.
Targeting Aubrey Tai in that down the line attack.
And that's what's working for Celada. Well, actually, everything's working for Celada. Mapa-drop, mapa-cut shot, mapa-off-spin man yan.
Every day is Celada's day.
Exactly.
We still haven't seen a day where hindi siya gumagawa, and that's good for Celada. But on the other side of the net, we have Sadia.
Again, sagutan lang talaga sila.
Sadia with her teammate Olagir in Alas Pilipinas ranks. They were the U16 volleyball champs in the second iteration of that tournament. That dolphin dive though for Juan Lasal, but a net touch will give the point to Pusong Azul.
Set was too close to the net for Juan Lasal.
Tight set there from Celada all the way to the other side.
To Alemania.
So it's a 4-6 right now. Push. Pusong Azul with that chase. Down the line, attack is good.
Just a soft touch for Peregrino on that point. And I think now medyo nagugulat yung depensa ng Juan Lasal. They're having a bit of a challenge when it comes to establishing their positions to defend the ball coming from the attacks and the drop balls of Pusong Azul.
Jenica Sadia back on the service line. Chase there. Too strong, and they tried to make a way actually in that sequence, and good showing in terms of don't give up kahit yung set is not the best set for you. You still have to try to make a way. Yan yung yan yung job ng mga attackers.
Exactly. Dapat hindi ka mapili talaga sa set because not every set is a perfect set, so you really have to be the one to adjust it. And mabilis din naman bumawi. Oh, but I think a net touch violation will be called on Juan Lasal, so the point will be awarded to Pusong Azul.
Juan Lasal has to watch over this net touch violations, and it's been piling up. Nabibigay yung points sa Pusong Azul, and Pusong Azul is leading now by 1 point here in the second set. Again, Juan Lasal won the first set. Pusong Azul hoping to extend it with that one-hand save, and a rainbow for Pusong Azul. Connection to the middle. Saved by Juan Lasal. Cross-court hit is good.
Set from the back, Alemania still managed to get the perfect timing, get the perfect angle, and get the perfect shot for that point.
We're at a deadlock at 7, and this is also the same narrative that we saw in the first set. It's just been neck and neck. Somewhere in the first set in the middle, Juan Lasal was able to pull away, but Pusong Azul kept it going until the last few points for Juan Lasal.
Peregrino, she's not hitting the ball hard. She's just placing it. And she's a very smart player when it comes to looking at where to place that ball.
And because of that, Pusong Azul will bring us to our first technical timeout.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
This is a 7-day tournament. We are at the 3rd day, but don't worry. We still have actually Collegiate National Invitationals action happening July 19 to 26 at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium in Manila. So after we cap off these Juniors National Invitationals in July 18, we'll head on over to the Ates of the tournament to have a sneak peek at what we can expect before the collegiate leagues as well. Shakey's is the place to watch if you want to see a sneak peek on those teams, but an attack error will give us a deadlock at 8.
Team captain Ivy Celada serving.
Celada for this service.
You know what's been missing from, well, other than that service ace, what's been missing from Juan Lasal actually is Maya Valdez. She's usually the point person for Juan Lasal to be performing, and we haven't seen her make a point yet in today's game.
Valdez, MVP of the match against Perfect Set Dreammakers with 6 points for attacks and 2 net blocks. Good to point out nga naman na she has yet to show that prowess here, but yun na nga. Valdez! Well, sorry. Yun na, umiinit pa pala siya.
Exactly.
She was getting ready
Right
pa
on
lang.
cue. Right on cue, as
Right
we
on
called
cue.
her.
What I love is, as we call these players,
Yeah.
nagpapakita sila. So, sinasabi lang nila sa atin na patient.
I know.
2-point lead for Juan Lasal.
What a serve from Celada.
Oh, set from the back. An up here for Pusong Azul. They'll send it over, but too strong.
Ball is out.
Unfortunate errors here for Pusong Azul. You know, they were leading a while ago, and they've just let go of it because of these errors that are being committed. So again, it's the second set. We really have to minimize, if not cancel, all the errors.
Santiago is on deck for Coach Wata. What a serve. Quick set, but at that point we'll go to
That will be a lifting violation for Pusong Azul, and it looks like Oligir will contest with that point.
So actually, the team captain on the floor can talk to the first referee and can clarify certain calls. And that's what we want to empower with our girls as well. Na they have to really understand the match. They can ask questions aside from showing the strength and the IQ they have on the court. Limpot with an up. Combination play to the left. Oh, ball stays alive. Pusong Azul keeps it going. They'll try again. Read well there.
Celada from the back.
From the middle this time. Espinosa to take for their 9 points.
Espinosa towering over and using that advantage of her height and elevation for that point.
That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109. Load now.
Survey for Pusong Azul, Jake Olagir.
Olagir, 16-year-old to serve here. 9-11 now. 2-point lead for Juan Lasal. You want to extend that. Pusong Azul with this coverage. Too
Ball will
strong.
sail out for Santiago. Medyo nakaibabaw na rin siya sa bola doon.
Juan Lasal slowly creeping back to a more comfortable lead. It's 3 points. Pusong Azul not making this game easy. Valdez to serve. Oh, good first ball over on 2. Limpot. Pusong Azul. Limpot will choose Hayobo again. And that powers through the 2 blockers.
And you want to see this from your attackers, that even though she had 2 blockers in front of her, you saw that she also had very limited time to approach, but she had that powerful hand to get that point.
And on cue, Pusong Azul will call this timeout.
Huwag niyong pigilan yung sarili niyo kasi huwag na naman kayo dapat nagkatapos. Naglalaro na kayo, nandiyan na kayo. Sobrang sayang. Pag si Pele na magsiserve mamaya, labas ka, pasok ka muna. Ha? Go, go, sige, sige.
We're looking for that same intensity we saw in the first set, na wala talagang mababagsak na bola. They really tried to limit also their errors. Now, Zofia Limpot, our setter and playmaker for Juan Lasal.
Sadia finds that opening.
Sadia right in between those 2 defenders for Juan Lasal.
That Olagir Sadia connection has been great for Pusong Azul, and it could also be because they've been teammates in the U16 Alas Pilipinas volleyball ranks. Mendoza with that up. Oh, Juan Lasal able to make away with that.
That is Alemania for that point. Seeing also that there was no defender on the down the line side for Pusong Azul.
Pero as you mentioned a while ago, ang ganda din makita si Alemania adjusting to whatever is given to her in that set, and she's always able to make a way. Underhand set to Peregrino. Chance ball for Juan Lasal. Limpot to the left. That was Celada as Pusong Azul brings it over. Back to Celada here. Peregrino, given confidence. Blocked though. She'll try again.
To Peregrino, and even though na-block siya nung una, she still gave it back to her, and that's just giving confidence to your spikers. As a setter, you want to give them as much exposure in spiking the ball and getting the most points for your team.
Limpot to Celada. Adjustment there. Peregrino with the first ball. They go to the middle. Point will go to Pusong Azul as it goes outside. The 2 points is what's separating Pusong Azul and Juan Lasal in the second set. Aubrey Tai will continue to serve.
Better reception for Juan Lasal. Celada with a beautiful finish. It's our turn now once again. You know, as much as possible, they have to limit the times that they give the momentum back to Pusong Azul.
16-13 for our second technical timeout. We'll be back.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
2026 Shakey's Juniors National Invitational set number 2 underway here and almost approaching the latter part of this match, but we'll see as Juan Lasal continues to dominate, but Pusong Azul slowly creeping behind as they keep limiting the lead. It's 16-13. Almost a tight set there. Oh, powerful
Celada
attack.
once again. Yeah, back-to-back points for Celada, even if there's a timeout in between that, with full power and confidence. And that form is really beautiful when she ends with a C every time she hits that ball.
Bolivar, 17-13. But that sails outside, giving Pusong Azul their 14th point here. 3-point lead for Juan Lasal. As Jenica Sadia goes up to serve.
Serving for Pusong Azul, Jenica Sadia.
Limpot with a tight set. And Valdez is activated.
Miss hit actually for Valdez, but a lucky one at that. See her coming in a bit too early for that attack.
Inandan and Vargas go in for Juan Lasal.
Same 4-2 rotation substitution for Juan Lasal. Vargas as their setter at the back, and Inandan to have 3 spikers in front with Valdez and Celada.
Ahon and Mendoza on the other side go in as well for Pusong Azul. Vargas to serve this one. 18-14 on our score. Thank you very much for watching us, whether that's on pusopi.com, on YouTube, Facebook. Shakey's action halfway throughout this Juniors National Invitationals tournament. And next week, we're going to witness Collegiate National Invitationals, Rising Stars, Elite Talent, and the global stage with two teams here in the juniors from abroad joining us. So different types of play, different styles, different paces are what we're witnessing here in the Playtime Phil Oil Arena.
Cass Vargas serving again.
19-14. Vargas continues to serve. Chase there, underhand set. Push. Vargas to Celada.
Kylie Senada.
No, it's not even a surprise anymore that when Salada is being set up, it will result into a point right away. With that kind of elevation and power, that's just pure skill we're speaking about for Celada of Juan Lasal.
Continues to serve.
So in the standings, Pusong Azul in their previous matches, they haven't won yet after their 3 outings, whereas Juan Lasal 2-1 in the standings. We'll see if Pusong Azul can bounce back. And they do!
Juliana Peregrino with her 5th point already in today's match. You know, once she's activated, even if it's a soft touch, even if it's a drop ball or a pipe attack, she will make do with what she's set up with.
Peregrino from St. Teresa's College of Quezon City. 15-20. Vargas. Oh, activating one again. Once again, Valdez.
Easy point there for Valdez.
Look at the dagger though. The angle of that attack. She
No.
didn't even extend her hand.
Exactly. It was really a perfect set for Valdez coming from Vargas.
That catches the net for Celada. 16-21 now, and Juan Lasal can smell winning this match. But of course, Pusong Azul is not out yet as Ulagir goes inside and tie.
Number 13, Aubrey Tai, re-entering.
So our starter 6 back for Pusong Azul. Olagir on deck to serve, which means it's actually an advantage for Pusong Azul now that they have 3 spikers in front.
And now that Olagir has also had the perspective of seeing the match outside of playing it. Kasi iba din yung nakikita ng mga players when they're in the bench and observing the tendencies of their opponent. So hopefully, she was able to get some insight from her time on the bench, and that attack will go out as Juan Lasal goes up to 22.
Substitution for Lasal. Number 2 out. Number 13, Rose Alia Simora in.
So Rose Mora goes here to serve.
Serving for Lasal, Rose Alia Simora.
6-point lead. Ooh. Inandan.
Attack is wide.
Too strong for Sofia Inandan. It's 17-22 now. Pusong Azul still hanging on.
On deck to serve, Isabella.
And a while ago, they were able to save a lot of set points.
Yes.
So we'll see. Sit tight, everyone. With Pusong Azul on deck, we never know until the end of the match. Oh,
But
what a check.
Alemania. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Hayobo who actually spoke so clearly for her name with such power with 2 blockers in front of her.
Tugade. Pusong Azul 17. 23, Juan Lasal. Again, this is best of 3. So if Juan Lasal wins this, they win this match,
Substitution
extending
Lasal,
their
number 10
streak.
out. Number 16, Jacqueline Aquino in.
Jacqueline Aquino on the front row.
Serving Sofia Inandan.
Inandan.
Perfect reception there from their libero.
Oh, good. Adjustment there for Sadia. We thought she was approaching for a powerful attack.
Yeah, but quick adjustment also with her non-dominant hand right behind the two blockers that was actually really well positioned to block her.
Serving Lauren Tugade.
Tugade. 18 serving 23. Vargas to Hayobo. A chase. Pusong Azul sends it over. Chance for Juan Lasal. Vargas to Celada from the back row. Peregrino gives it back to Juan Lasal. Activating the middle now, but and the point will go to Juan Lasal courtesy of Aquino.
Fresh off the bench and immediate impact for Aquino right for that quick attack. That landed right on that line.
There's a timeout called by Pusong Azul. Let's listen in.
Dapat nung binibaby mo eh. Pag tumatama sa yung bola mo, iangat mo lang. Huwag yung masyadong pag binobombit mo eh. Remember, trabaho mo magpa-stop ng bola ng papunta ng setter. Saka relax mo lang, gumamit ka ng legs ng kinakamay mo ng kinakamay. Sige, kaya pa yan! Isa, walang pang-open na talaga.
That hurdle was powered by Smart Power All 109 load now. Coach
Again, the
Wata is
trust.
targeting T here in this huddle.
Exactly. I think their team captain, the libero, T, is the place that we want to produce.
24-18, Hayobo to serve for match point.
Exactly what she did. Good response there for their team captain. And another point saved for Pusong Azul. That's her 5th point already for just the second set, actually.
Peregrino activated later on in this game.
Timeout, Juan Lasal.
Oh, they want to stop the momentum. Juan Lasal calls for a timeout.
Sige, bigyan mo na ng play. Huwag ka masyado, iba pag nandito yung setter, nandito yung middle, huwag kayo masyado malayo dito. Pwede kayo dito para pwede kayong gumanya, pwedeng A, pwedeng mag-back. Okay? Nag-running naman to eh. Di ba? Pwedeng back quick. Kaya usap lang. Pero hindi pwedeng galing dito diretso back quick. Okay? Pag pumunta mo dito, tsaka kumat. Okay? O, sige. Stop lang. Go, go, go. Tapos tayo, tapos.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109 load now.
Coach Maya looking for those combination plays to change things up because, again, nababantayan na and nakukuha na yung first ball for Pusong Azul.
And Juan Lasal is at match point. They can't duplicate what happened in that last set where Pusong Azul has been saving set points. So Juan Lasal is looking to close this out right now, but Pusong Azul has this opportunity to extend it even further. A chase there. Pusong Azul sends it back. Inandan with an up. They go to Celada with an off-speed hit. And Kylie Celada on the cue.
Master of placement. Itong si Celada, which is why she's really one of the most commendable players for today's match of Juan Lasal and Pusong Azul. Let's see that once again. Just a smart tip from the side of the court.
Pusong Azul. And the winner in straight sets with a score of
Juan
25-22
Lasal
and
will continue their
25-19.
winning
Juan
streak
Lasal.
for the Shakey's Juniors National Invitationals, and a good showing from them. But Pusong Azul did not make this an easy win and an easy steal for Juan Lasal. Pusong Azul will go back to the drawing board. They're now 0-4 in the standings, whereas Juan Lasal will finish knowing that their system will continue to grow throughout this entire tournament. 22-25, 19-25. We'll be back for the MVP of the match.
mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
2026 Shakey Super League Juniors National Invitationals 25-22, 25-19 convincing win for Juan Lasal as they have been dominating in this tournament. This MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Of course, the MVP of the game, Kylie Celada, has been all over the court for today and been the person who's to dictate if they want to close this set, if they want to end this rally. Kylie Celada is who we want to highlight for MVP of the match. Kylie, ayan, hello! Kaway-kaway naman dyan. Okay, Kylie, pinag-usapan nga namin ni Richie na kahit sa ang placement ka, nagagawan mo ng paraan. So, paano mo na-develop yung connection sa mga setters mo?
Para sa akin po kasi, parang kahit po yangat lang po ng setters po sa akin, ang gagawin ko lang po is, papagandahin ko pa po lalo yon and yun po, papatayin po.
So, nakarely talaga sila sa'yo na patayin yung bola kapag binigay sa'yo. Ang ganda nun, 16 points, 14 attacks, and 2 aces, Kylie Celada. Meron ka bang gusto i-shout out yung mga supporters mo?
Hi po sa parents po ng volleyball, ng team po namin, hi po sa coaches namin, and hi po sa family ko.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Kylie.
po.
Congratulations, and we'll see you in your next match. Good job, Juan Lasal. And ang ganda ng aura na yan. Yan, ang gusto nating winning spirit for Kylie Celada. Let's check out our Smart Powered Up plays brought to you by Smart Power All 109. Power up your next side quest and get only TikTok or Facebook calls and text 10 gig for all apps and more. Switch and load now. Juan Lasal creeping away from Pusong Azul who made it hard for them to get this win, Richie. What were the highlights of this match?
You know, set number one, it was really the performance of everybody from both sides of the court that really highlighted this set to be such an intense match. 22-25 was our set number one score, while for set number two, we had a showdown of, again, such powerful attack points, a few service aces, and of course Sadia, who had so many points, and Peregrino, who just placed it perfectly on the side of Juan Lasal, but Celada just ending things up with her powerful attacks. Just really the force to be reckoned with in today's match. 19-25 was our score for the second set, with a straight set victory for Juan Lasal. For our match summary, we see 3 block points for Pusong Azul and none for Lasal, but 30 wonderful attack points kontra sa Pusong Azul, who had 21. We had 5 service aces for Juan Lasal and only 2 for Pusong Azul, and pantay naman dito ang errors natin na binigay to one another. So that was our matchup for Pusong Azul kontra Juan Lasal for that victory.
They have tall orders actually tomorrow. Juan Lasal and Pusong Azul will go against UST tomorrow, but the action does not stop yet. The UST against PBA is our third match of the day. Keep it here for more 2026 Shakey Super League Juniors National Invitationals action live on Puso Pilipinas, pusopi.com.
This is Puso. Puso, Puso, Pilipinas. This is Puso. Puso, Pilipinas. This is Puso. Puso, Pilipinas. This is Puso. Puso, Pilipinas. Report live. Lapit mga kaibigan, see with your eyes. Lahat ng mga paboritang get it anytime. Laro ng mga kampi natin, this is where they shine. Libo Pilipino, tell them this is where they find. Powered by the fans, shivan by the puso. Buong Pilipinas dito nakatuto. Simple, reliable, laban bawat sudok. Powered by the